only simple passive program होगा, right? Yes. So nice. Is it visible for everyone? Hello.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Sure.
Yes, we are able to see.
Yes. So last time what we discussed, only we discussed a simple pass. I think all are, if you all are okay, both are okay, because I don't know the Arindam last 2 times. He is not the message or anything else. Okay. Simple pass, is there any problem for simple pass? Yeah, tell me.
Last time हमने तो थोड़ा डिस्कस overflow हो जाएगा.
Okay. So last time what we discussed? Last time we discussed about how to configuration the server or client. If like everyone did the configuration, everyone did the configuration, or someone having unconfiguration? Yes. Correct. Prashant, Prasanna, Ram, both are you did the configuration, right?
Yes. Configuration is done on my computer. Everything is perfect fine.
Yes, configuration is done. Then are you able to create the connections? The connection in the sense you can say ODBC connection.
We did that also, Vidyut. Actually, we had a call around 8:30, and we did the ODBC connection also.
Yes.
That is also done.
Correct. And okay, we did the ODBC connection, right? So after doing the ODBC connection, so we have a 4 RDWM, that 4 tool already we discussed. Then in designer itself, after configuration and ODBC connection done, we create before that we have to create the what you can say folder. Inside the folder, see, once the folder is open, there is, see, go to tools menu, source analyzer is there, or directly you can select the source. Okay, source, you can say source analyzer, this is okay. Go to tools or source. Using source analyzer, you import the source. You can import the source. Okay, source in the, suppose we have a mapping, so we have a source, target, and one object also, that is called a source qualifier, right? So first we need to import the source using source analyzer, import from database or file, anything you can select. Then you have to give your appropriate username and password. Given the password, click on connect, and based on that you have to import the table. Select on, click on OK. This is the table. On this process you can do the table import. Again, go to target designer. You can directly drag and drop the source into this area on like target designer. Again, you can add modifier, edit like this, or you have to create the target table. But when you are working with real time, database people or DBA people, they will create the tables for you, each and everything. So no need to worry. Again, from target designer, you have to go targets, import from database, and same like once you create the table, it's in same manner how the source is imported, on same manner you can import the target as well. Okay, so target as well you can import same manner. in real time like this. But when we are working with our personal system, so every time we have to go database and create tables and all those things, same will be happening, like same process each and everything we need to follow, right? For that reason, so that just select the EMP from source and drag and drop into target and just double click it, and you have to edit the table name based on that and go to column. So if you want add any column, you can add over there. Here you can add multiple column based on data type, then just click on OK and go to target menu, generate and execute. You can select the generate and execute and select the create table. For create table on option, drop and all those things will be there, primary key, foreign key, based on that you have to select, then click on generate and execute. And based on your connection, suppose you have a batch 4 p.m., you have to just give the batch 4 p.m. ID, username and password, okay, and click on connect. So while this moment you say click on connect, so it will ask make SQL already exists. So you can just click on OK. I cancel it, but I will cancel it. Just click on OK. Automatically, it will create the table in your target schema or target database. Okay. This is the process only for practice, because when you are working with in your home or your personal laptop, no need to go each and every time create a table in the database. So from Informatica itself, you can create a table each and everything in your database directly from here. So on this process you can follow. This is the new process you can follow when you are practice in your home or your personal laptop. Else directly you can connect your username password, and you can here also based on your, if you know each and everything you can create. But you say again tedious task if you are creating each and everything from here, right? So for that reason, that is the shortcut. But real time, no need to use those things. With real time, each and everything given by client. Okay, it has source table, target table, and what are the mapping going to build in your project, and what are the logic you need to implement. Partial logic they will tell, or maybe in word manner they written those things in sentence manner. You have to split those things into logic. You have to make a logic from the words. So based on that they will make. So no need to worry. So each and everything given my client, once that source and target is done, then go to the mapping designer. Okay, or maybe tools, go to the mapping designer, then go to mapping, create map. Once you can give the mapping create, so you can give m underscore, suppose some m underscore is the standard of Informatica. If you are going to any company, any organization, their standard is m underscore. Mapping means ETL program, that is m underscore. So based on your project or based on your naming standard, you have to get the m underscore is the mandatory. So I given the based on target m underscore simple pass. I drag the EMP and source and drag the target. When I drag the source, on that time SQEMP commit picture. I think up to this we completed. We ran the job each and everything, but I'm not going to discuss those things because workflow creation each and everything. Again, I will discuss no need to worry today. So why the source qualifier came into picture? Up to this, everyone, I think last class only those things we discussed. Am I right?
Yes.
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 Yes. So SQF 5 SQ or source qualifier, as you see, the middle was the when you drag the source, automatically SQEMP came into picture. SQEMP is the, or you can say name is source qualifier, is the middleware communicator between Informatica server and the source. Why? Because Informatica server does not know what is the data type, what is the metadata of your source. For that reason, Informatica given one default transformation or a default object called as source qualifier. I am highlighting these things. See, just I am highlighting employee number. Here your database is number PS. The Informatica is converted to decimal. So here the ename is nvarchar or job is nvarchar2, but here it will converted to n string. Here the hire date is date. It is converted to date time. All those things taken care by Informatica automatically. So no need to worry. See, all precision scale or everything taken care by Informatica. So no need to worry, no need to take any type of headache. So automatically Informatica. This is the middleware communicator between any source, not only Oracle, any source. If it is flat file, database, any or any other database also. So Informatica given one component called as source qualifier, and it is the default transformation when we drag the source, inside the mapping. The source qualifier is the default transformation. Okay. Apart from this source qualifier, first the primary worker, it will convert all data type to Informatica data type. For that reason, when we are just give me 1 minute. Okay. For that reason, when we are running the job, Informatica monitor itself. You can check maybe success or failure. You can check source statistics. You can see SQEMP. You are not seeing the, but you are not seeing the EMP. SQEMP, what is that? SQEMP is the source qualifier. That means Informatica process start from source qualifier. Informatica does not know what is your source. That is the main reason behind why the source qualifier came into picture. Apart from this, source qualifier is a transformation, and if it's a database, we can write any type of select query in the properties of source qualifier. So what is source qualifier? Let's discuss about theory. So source qualifier is the transformation. Source qualifier is the transformation. Okay. In ETL, what we are discussing earlier, extract, transform, and load, right? So we are extracting data from source, loading into the target, but that middle name is called, suppose this is the one transformation, but we have multiple. Okay. So transform means or transformation means using transformation you can do the, or we can build the business logic, or we can implement the business logic using transformation. That for that reason its name is transform. So Informatica given that name is transform, where we implement the logic inside the transformation. The transformation is the object where we can write any type of business logic. So transformation is the object where you can write the any type of business logic. That means in extract, transform, load, transform keyword is the implemented inside the transformation in Informatica. Or other tools is a Pentaho, Talent. There is multiple tools. Pentaho is called as step, and other ETL tool called as different naming standard. Okay. So for that reason, Informatica given that name is transformation. So for that reason, transformation came into picture. The basic work of transformation is it will, using transformation, we can implement the business logic, or we can write the logic. Inside the transformation, we can write the business logic. That is the, okay, that is the main. So transformation again is an object where we can write business logic, but transformation is two types. One is active, and one is passive. Inside active, we have two types. One is connected and one is unconnected. Inside passive also there is two types. One is connected, one is unconnected. Okay, or you can say if you are okay with it, you can take connected to unconnected and unconnected to above, and active passive you can get to like down. So based on here, you can just we are segregating those things in Informatica. So connect, what is active and what is passive? Active means, suppose active means during transformation logic. Suppose I want to implement something, some logic during transformation logic, that object having the capability, or you can say that transformation having the capability, it can change the number of row, change the number of row, that number of row. Your suppose your source having 10 record, you are implementing some where condition in Oracle or database, right? On that time, suppose you return where department number or where employee number equal to 101. That means you are filter the records, number of records got changed. You have a 10 record, but you want to see one record. So same type of logic in Informatica implemented using some object or transformation. That type of logic where those type of logic, some transformation having capability, we can implement. So those type of transformation called as active. So what is mean by active? Let me active and passive. Active means during transformation logic, the number of records should change. Okay, during transformation logic, the number of records should change. Okay, no, not should change. You can say number of record got changed. You can like those type of also word you can use. Number of records change. Only those type of words. This is the first thing. That means where we can implement. Suppose source qualifier is a transformation, right? So why it's active and what is the type of transformation? Because when we are implementing in database, we can write any type in properties tab. We can write any type of select query. We can write user defined joiner. We can write source filter. Suppose you want to, or you can do the number of sorted codes. You can do the select. If it's a database, any type of select query you can implement, or any type of property, whatever you want, you can implement based on this. All those properties. That means it's a the transformation having the capability, it should change the number of rows. This is the first rule. Why transformation, which transformation we can call as active. This is the first. Second, what is the second point? During transformation logic, the record number, or you can say record position, changed. Record position also changed. When we are implementing something in a logic, the record position, suppose record position means suppose we are doing some sorting. Suppose you in source you have 100, 50, 200, 150. Suppose you are doing the sorting in Informatica also, you can do the sort means suppose ascending I want to sort. That means first it should be 50, then it should say 100, then 150, then 200. That means the record after loading the data or after process that object the data, that data record position. That means here when you are a source, the record position is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, like this man. But when you are after loading the data, or maybe after implement your logic sorting, then it should be like 50 goes going to 1, 100 is going to 2 position, and 150 is going to 3 position, and 200 going to 4 position. So that means that record number got changed. So if those kind of in Informatica or Oracle simple, we have some order by clause. If you are saying if we have some order by clause, order by department number, suppose order by department number. This sorry is called sorry it's called from this. Okay. Okay, EMP simple pass. EMP is there. Okay, so order by, that is the order by clause. Suppose I can say order by employee number. This is the thing. So order by, see, now order 1, 2, 3, 4 like this manner. Order by employee number. Or descending, you can say this is the second point of implementation. This logic where you can, in which object those kind of logic is implemented, those kind of object called as also active transformation. And first, what is the first point? Suppose you can say select star from EMP. Suppose we have a 15 record, but I want to see only the department 10 record. On that time, it is called a, see, you can see now 5 record only. So if where those kind of logic where we implement in Informatica, those type of logic or transformation called as active. This is the 2 point, and the third point is transaction boundary. Transaction boundary means Informatica having one object called as transaction control. This is only one transformation. You can say commit and rollback based on your requirement. For that reason, we can say that is transaction boundary. You can, in other words, you can say user defined commit and rollback. Informatica given those things in one transformation called the transformation called as active. That is transformation name is transaction control. For that reason, we are saying the transaction boundary, because the commit and rollback, it is called like transaction, because when you say save your things, that means commit. That is called as a transaction boundary. Every 10 record you want to save those records. So those type of scenario, commit and rollback or save point, you can do using those things implemented in the transaction control. So for that reason, they give the transaction boundary. If these three, one of the condition is satisfied among 3 conditions, if the one of the condition is satisfied, those type of transformation called as active. Is it clear for everyone? If you have any doubt, just ask me. In the example, we will discuss, no need to worry, but still in the, theoretically, if you have any doubt, just ask.
No.
So, Ram, is it fine now?
Yeah, with the
Okay.
fine.
Yes, passive means this among of these 3 conditions is not satisfied. That means when you are implementing, and this is called active. Okay, passive means when you are implementing the business logic, these 3 conditions is not satisfied. That means when we are implementing any logic, that number of records should not change. The number of, say, during transformation logic, the number of records should not be changed. The number of records should not be changed. The first point is number of records should not be changed. Number of records should not be changed. That means, what is the meaning of this? That means when you are implementing the logic, your logic, it should be coming like this. Suppose you have a source, you have those many records, and you want to implement some new extra logic. Like suppose we have a emp.star and comma. I want to suppose implement the total commission sal plus NVL of commission comma 0 as total sal. Total sal See those kind of logic. You can implement some logic using some extra fields. That means your existing data, you don't need to change the existing data. Your existing data will be there. You want to implement some logic, maybe using some extra column, maybe some if else logic. Suppose you are writing some case when if else. Suppose you have a if the job is president, then you can return the field. Else no need to return, or you can say if the job is equal to manager, then you can return the field, return the all record. Else part is there, default part. Else you can write, else you can return the all record. That means you are trying to build the logic, but you are not trying to change the data. Okay, you can build the logic, or you can create some extra column based on your target column, maybe your business requirement you can create. But there is a chance you can create an extra logic, maybe, or you can use any cache or an if else, any type of logic you can implement. But you cannot those transformation, using those transformation, the data, the source data should not change. Suppose I implemented a total cell, right? Total cell is calculated, but existing record, it's not changing. It's not changing anything. That is the main part. That means where you are implementing something, you can add some new logic, but you are not trying to.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Sorry, interpret.
Yes.
Can you give me one example for the active passive? Actually, I understand for the active and passive, but explain one at practically we understand the properly understand.
Yes.
I'll one example.
Yes. In the database, I am just showing. If you are implementing in where condition, that is called active. Where condition. That means you are trying to filter the records, right? Or if you are trying to implement, suppose you have a salary and commission field, you want to try to implement the total salary. That means you are trying to implement the total cell column. Okay, see 16 plus 300 is called 1900, right? You are implementing these things, but you are not trying to change the existing data. Existing data will be there, but you are trying to implement some new column or new logic, but you are not trying to implement you are not trying to change your existing data. That is the aim of passive. Or in real time, what is the example? Passive is the expression, is the expression transformation is the passive, or you can say lookup is the passive. And in active is here we can initially source qualifier, then filter, router, lot of transformation, filter, router, lot of transformation. Maximum 90% transformation is active. Only 5 to 10% transformation is passive. Only few transformation. Okay. Again, lookup is also active. Lookup again two types. It's active and passive both. So lookup, for that reason lookup we will discuss later. No need to worry. So those are the examples. Today onwards we will start. Once we will start suppose source qualifier. Today only we are discussing source qualifier, right? Once we are start the source qualifier, what is the type of transformation and why it's active transformation and why it's passive? What are the types? I'll discuss each and everything practically. Just I'm theoretical. Why I'm saying theoretical? Because bit of theory, at least for intro point of view, also at least you need to understand in theoretical manner. For that reason, I'm just saying. I will show you practical. No need to worry. Okay. That means why I'm speaking each and everything database. Why I'm speaking, because you guys are working with maybe you know bit of databases. For that reason, I'm trying to pull each and everything into the database. In Informatica, where you are implemented some filter logic and condition, where condition, those type of or those kind of logic where you implemented those transformation called as active, and where you implemented like total cell type of logic. Suppose this type of logic, you are not trying to change your data, but you are trying to implement some new logic using some extra column. That is the passive. Okay. So these three conditions. Suppose the record numbers would change in active. That means in Oracle you can say order by clause, order by descending, ascending, right? That means the record position change. That is called active. Informatica called as sorter transformation. Sorter. You can sorting the data. So slowly you can move. Just theoretically, for that reason, I'm just saying. And I think now bit clear about active passive, but practically we'll show. We'll discuss. No need to worry. Today onwards only we will start. Okay. So again connected, unconnected both. What is connected or unconnected? Suppose this transformation, I highlighted those things. This source qualifier is connected to source and target, right? So it's connected. Just I highlighted those. It will be connected from source to target, right? But this is called connected transformation. Why? It's connected to any of the object particular inside the mapping. That means here is a three object. Source is there, source qualifier is, target is there, right? So inside this, among these three objects, each other connected from arrow mark. Connected from arrow mark. That is the connected from arrow mark. See, I'm highlighting connected from arrow mark. Each object in between connected with the arrow marks. That is called connected transformation, because all transformations are connected in between. Okay, for that reason is it connected. Why? And maximum all transformation is connected. Maximum unconnected is the only 2 or 3 transformation. No need to worry. Maximum is the connected. So what is unconnected? Unconnected transformation is there is some transformation. I'm just giving an example. There is some transformation like lookup. There we can create separately the transformation, and this transformation we can call directly in other transformation like your Oracle functions. You can create some user defined function, but you can call using some pointer concept. If you know C, so that is pointer concept, right? You have to, or you know Oracle, there is a function concept. Suppose you can create one map object, and then physically no need to connect that object, you can logically call that object using that name. Suppose LKP trans is there, right? So LKP trans I can call in a different mapping directly. Sorry, not different mapping, different object directly using that LKP trans name. But physically I'm not going to connect anything, any object, but logically I can connect. So that means you can simply what you can say, connected means physically connected to each other. That is called connected transformation. Physically is not connected to any one object, any one object of the mapping, but logically you can call using some functions. We will discuss later, but those type of transformation, that means physically is not connected to anyone. So how giving the data or how giving the input to the target table or maybe other transformation? Using some functions. Using some function, you can call that transformation, call that object. Okay, this is called connected or non-connected. So again, once this will connected, unconnected, active, passive, I think all are clear about this. If you all are okay, then we can go to the source qualified transformation. Where we left in when we discuss, we left the source qualified transformation, right? There we can jump directly. So can we jump, or we need to discuss about active and passive? Only theoretical I discuss, practical now we will discuss. No need to. So can we move?
Yes.
So yes, now just I deleted these things. Yes. So now source qualifier is the transformation. Source qualifier is the transformation. The first responsibility of source qualifier is it will change the source metadata to or source data type to Informatica data. First responsibility, changing the data type, change the source data type into Informatica data. Any database, any flat file, anything. The first work is automatically did by source qualifier. For that reason, use your default transformation. Some interview maybe they will ask you Why source qualifier is default transformation? Why? Because the data type change. What are the source data? Informatica server does not know. For that reason, source qualifier responsibility, it will change the source data type, or you can say source in technical terminology, you can say source metadata to Informatica metadata, or you can say data type also. Okay, that is the first. Second, if it's a database, you can implement any type of select query, if it's a database. But file system, we can't write query. Will for that reason, and this is the property. See, go to properties. You can write SQL query, any SQL query with database. You can write the source filter. See, filter applied to source records. That means the number of record, but it should change, and number of sorted ports. Ports means column. You can say Informatica, you can call it as ports, but that is in database columns. Okay, employee number, e-name, that is the ports of Informatica. Okay, and so we can sort the records for that reason, and you can also select distinct. Suppose you have a source in duplicate records, you can easily here itself you can select the distinct. That means you can easily get the distinct record. For that reason, it's a active transformation. This is the first example of active transformation. Now it's bit clear about active transformation and why it's connected, because it's connected to source and target, or maybe other object. Here maybe source and target, but some other mapping, maybe it will connect it to other object. For that reason, it's an active and connected transformation. Is it clear for everyone why it's active and connected?
Yes.
Now we can practically check. If you are disconnect, you can again reconnect. If you are disconnect, again reconnect. So we can see what are the things you will implement in source qualifier. So in source qualifier, in properties tab, directly see generate the SQL. I can write generate the